Hello language lovers, hello travelers, I hope you're doing fantastically well. A few days ago we've discussed the Portuguese Golden Visa, which is in all fairness tailored to the well-to-do. Today we're going to talk about a more affordable way of investing in Portugal as a means of getting residence permit and eventually citizenship. Okay, so you're not from the EU, you're not from the EEA, you're not from Switzerland. You don't have a lot of money or you don't meet the minimum amount for Golden Visa, which is 200,000 euros, but you have enough to start a business, perhaps a small, medium-sized business, or you want to work in Portugal as a freelancer. You're a carpenter, you're a chef, you're a lawyer, you're a web designer, you are an independent service provider. Your suitable visa is D2, also known as entrepreneur visa. For this type of visa, there's no investment threshold, but there are costs associated with establishing a company if you're starting from scratch. There are also administrative costs. There are also savings requirements to meet. 920 euros times 12 months, which comes down to 11,040 euros in savings for a single person, a single applicant. If your spouse or any other adult family member joins you, you add 50% of the total amount. If your children or minors are to join you, you add 30% for each minor. And remember, you need to be the legal guardian of those minors and the adults that are joining you in the application. So make sure that you're able to demonstrate that you can support your family. This can be done at a later stage through the family reunification program, meaning that you can go ahead, work hard until you get the funds to support your family and then allow them to apply for their visas. General requirements and documentation for D2 visa. 1, you're non-EU, non-EEA, non-Swiss national. 2, you're over 18 years old. You have a formal business plan, written that is, criminal record certificate and sufficient funds as discussed previously. And remember, you need to have savings in a Portuguese bank account as well. Speaking of which, you need a NIF in order to open a bank account. Actually, a NIF is the first step for everything in Portugal, to be able to transact in Portugal. Get your NIF through a fiscal representative, which is mandatory if you're obviously doing it for the first time. And you need to provide that representative with the power of attorney, without which he cannot operate. He cannot open a bank account for you. He cannot even get a NIF for you. That's the first step. I actually have a video on NIF. I will link it down below or post it somewhere here if I manage to do so. The process. 1, establish a company in Portugal. You can do it online. I'll put the link on the description. Or if you are a freelancer, you can register with your professional order or sign contracts with clients so you can demonstrate ties with Portugal. For D2 visa holders in Portugal, a limited liability company is more tax efficient than sole proprietorship, particularly as profits increase, because corporate tax rates are generally lower than high personal income brackets. So we're talking about either sociedade por cotas or sociedade unipessoal por cotas. The best choice depends heavily on your specific income levels, business size, and long-term goals. You must have a personal and business bank account, rent or buy property in Portugal, as you will need to prove accommodation. Once you've gathered all the documentation and made sure you met all the requirements, you can submit the documents at the Portuguese embassy or consulate, or even at the VFS Global Center in your country of residence. And remember, some documents need notarization, legalization, or even apostille. I've made a video about documents that need apostille. I'll link it down below. The visa will be issued within 60 days and it has 4 months of validity with 2 entries to Portugal. Once the visa is issued, please book an in-person biometrics appointment with IMA in Portugal. Although they say that the submission of physical documents no longer takes place during biometrics appointments, I would certify that with my lawyer. You will receive your card by post. Depending on the month you apply, you may have to wait long months or even up to 3 years. The first residence permit is issued for 2 years and then you renew it for 3 years. Once you hit the 5 years mark, you can apply for permanent residence. And as to what citizenship is concerned, you may have to wait 10 years before you apply for it, according to the new law, which is not yet enacted. It is in revision. Important considerations about business plan. If you haven't done it before, elaborating a business plan is not for the faint-hearted. It's almost like writing an academic thesis, as it requires a lot of research and experts' input. There are business plans with more than 100 pages, so detail is key when it comes to it. The end goal is to convince the Portuguese government that your business is viable, that it will contribute to the society and the Portuguese economy. In order to convey that, you have to include the following to the business plan: the nature of your business, detailed description, market research and competition analysis. Here you can list the reasons why you chose Portugal, and those reasons, attention, need to be beyond lifestyle. Clear and realistic estimated financials, sustainability and development strategies for the first 3 years of incorporation, job creation if applicable and economic benefit to Portugal, your qualifications and experience relevant to the business. If these points alongside supporting documents are not abundantly demonstrated, your D2 visa may be rejected. When that happens, you need to understand the reasons for the rejection and try to address them with the help of experts so that your prospects in the appeal are good. Oftentimes, it's a matter of providing more details. Okay, guys, this is the end of the video. If you like it, please thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much and see you on Monday. Good weekend. Bye.